we have to face the fact that despite the concerted effort of the state and the people, the crippling effects of the living crisis and its prevalence still haven't palpably abated. Constant flows of news report concerning soaring homelessness, absolute poverty, and rising living costs, while the state reserve being quickly depleted day by day, has prompted us to establish a radical and surefire way to mitigate and alleviate the burden called the Phoenix Project.
Why is it a program called the Phoenix Project in the first place? It's simple really. The competition process in itself mimics a life cycle of the phoenix. Towards the end of its life, the phoenix got burned, turned into a pile of smoldering ash. But instead of falling into obscurity, being scattered away, those piles of ashes got reborn anew in a burst of flame, but shining as ever brightly as ever before. And so, that leads to our specific target, which is offering a second chance at a new life for financially incapacitated people. For instance, people who are living on government welfare, homeless people, or of course, there's the exclusion of disabled people. So, what is the main source of this project's funding? There are two main sources, which is the major benefactors and the community's help. Though for such grand and ambitious a project, massive contributions are needed. But we wholeheartedly welcome any contributions from small to large.
As previously mentioned, the aim of the Phoenix Project is to simultaneously solve poverty and alleviate the burden on social welfare programs. So, many people, when coming to our project, may question that we are biting off more than we can chew. Well, that's where our ingenious solution comes in. It's the Phoenix Games, where we can solve poverty and solve the burden on social welfare programs and charities at the same time. So here's how it's going to work. We're going to take 1,000 poor people who can't fend for themselves. They can't make ends meet, and they have to rely on government welfare. Examples could be homeless people, refugees, or just people in a lot of debt. So, these 1,000 people, we will select 20 to give them a substantial amount of money and job opportunities, as well as education opportunities, so they can turn their lives around. So, these 20 people will be selected through 4 rigorous rounds of selection. In the first round, 500 will be eliminated. I will elaborate further on what happens to the eliminated poor people, but for now, let's just discuss the main point. We will give each of these 1,000 people 2 weeks to do as much community work as possible. This can be anything that can benefit your community. It could be something simple as picking up trash. Or helping the elderly cross the road. Or something grand, like building a charity project. And the 500 most the 500 people with the most contributions can stay in the Phoenix Games. Well, many of you may say that it's very hard to pinpoint and determine how much someone has contributed, because you may contribute to the community in different ways and different sectors. So that's why we have a 10 person margin of error. That means we can take anywhere between 490 and 510 people to the next round. And the next round, half will be eliminated once again. This time we will separate the 500 poor people into pairs. So there are 250 pairs, and each pair is given 3 days to live with each other, sharing the same roof, and they will talk with each other. And after the 3 days, they will give a decision on who stays and who leaves. One person has to stay and one person has to leave, and it's up to them for them to decide. If they both can't decide, both will be eliminated. And in the next round, a further 150 will be eliminated to give us a grand total of 100 remaining poor people in the Phoenix Games. So, how do we eliminate 150 people? We're going to give each of them $100 this time to do community work once again. They're going to set up a program, a project, or a charity that benefits their community. And after 2 weeks, the 100 people with the most contributions can stay in the Phoenix Games, while the 150 are sadly eliminated. Now, here's where it gets tricky. In the final round, where we select only 20 of the remaining 100, we are going to put each individual through a series of physical and aptitude tests to determine their physical and intelligence capabilities. After that, we're going to personally interview each of the 100 contestants, and from there we will determine the 20 who receive the cash prize and get to turn their lives around. So during the contest, during the Phoenix Games, the 1,000 poor people will get accommodation and food and drink. This is all paid for by the program, and you don't have to pay a penny. And something that many people might find controversial is that there won't be much security in the accommodation of during the Phoenix Games. We only have security to prevent people from entering and exiting without permission. But if you accidentally end someone during your stay in the Phoenix Games, we won't bat an eye. We will not care, because even though some people might find this unethical and inhumane, I say it's natural selection, survival of the fittest. If you can't survive, that's your loss. And also, it lessens the burden on charities and social welfare programs, so hey, it's a win-win for society. So, what happens to the people who are unfortunately not selected to turn their lives around? Well, they are, let's say, moved to a better place. They will be deported to nations in need of labor, such as Cambodia. And the later you're eliminated, the more money you'll receive. Specifically, if you get eliminated in the first round, you'll receive $10. If you get eliminated in the second round, you'll receive $25. In the third round, you'll receive $75, and if you get eliminated in the fourth round, you'll receive $150. And if you are one of the lucky 20 selected, you'll be given job opportunities, education opportunities if you want to, and a cash prize of $10,000. And that's basically how the Phoenix Project will be carried out. And please do bear in mind that these are just the basics of Phoenix Project's procedures. The Phoenix Project team, haven't gone into many of the specifics and details of the event, and in the present and the future we'll be working tirelessly to do so.
To realize our immodestly ambitious goals, we need our dear listeners' generous donation and involvement. Your generous patronage will partly or significantly contribute to the common good and also direct humanity towards the correct and the most effective trajectory towards solving the living crisis.